You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
Welcome, rebels! After weeks and weeks of battling and fighting and scratching and clawing, we finally made it to this one day. I finally got my damn internet fixed. Yes! No, not the Super Bowl. God, you think I was talking about football? Why would we do that on a sports show? Yes! We will talk football. We'll talk NBA. We'll talk NHL. We'll have some fun. And we'll probably lose our freaking minds. And Brady haters, bring it on. It should be fun. We don't mind listener crime on the topic of Tom Brady, if you'd like. The social media is out there. Facebook, YouTube. You know how to get it. Let's get this thing in. So without further ado, let's do the do that we do. I am Scrappy, and here is your host, Shotty the Moose.
Hey, we are back here for another edition of DSR2 on this chilly-ass Wednesday here in the D. The sun was shining, but it was freaking cold as shit.
Yes, it was.
We've been spoiled this winter, so we got a couple inches of snow. Nobody nobody remembers how to fucking drive. And then it gets freaking cold. This is bullshit.
It's fucking
Bullshit. So lots of craziness going on in the world of sports. We had the AFC NFC Championship over the weekend. We got NBA actually going on here as well. We'll have a watch it with them live. We got the Lakers versus the Sixers here on the mothership there.
Yes.
ESPN. Also, we get a little college basketball action going on there. A certain school here in the state decided, you know what, we're just going to shut things down for 2 weeks because things are starting to get weird with the new, again, Rona, the new variant of it. We'll get into that. Also, we'll get into the MMA, the UFC bout over the weekend there.
Well, guys,
everybody's freaking retiring there in the NFL now. And we got another retirement here today, so we'll get into all that. And again, with everything as well. And again, another bad passing, the sad passing of, again, the great Hank Aaron passed away over the this weekend at the age of 86. Dude was a... Again, you talk about an icon. Here is an icon. There's a hero, and
yeah, for a lot of people, I mean, you're talking about breaking down barriers, and there's just
another one came up during the social on there. Was one of the first players on there. Came with the Braves in 1954. He was playing Negro leagues from at the age of 15 to 17. Got basically signed by. At that time, Boston Braves, and then they moved to Milwaukee and that. And again, breaks Babe Ruth's home run record on August 8, 1974. Yep. And again, first player ever to hit 500 home runs and 3,000 hits.
That's amazing.
And he goes down there with his first, again, whether you say Barry Bonds, but it will say his second 100 home runs overall, first in RBIs, first in total bases, third in hits, and again, he did it with death threats and everything.
Yep, sure did.
So,
yeah, pretty amazing situation with him. Gotta love it as far as that goes. As far as this is gonna be, it's one of those things where there's so much to celebrate, right?
Yeah.
So. It's not like a Kobe thing, right? Where it was like way too soon, and there was so much more that he could do. So, like, to me, it gets into whether this is going to be a celebration mode or not. So
yeah, I would say celebrate the man's life and the legacy, because dude lived a life. I mean, again, considering everything with it, with civil rights movement and everything else that it did with it, again, the death threats of having his children kidnapped because some redneck crackers didn't want him to break Babe Ruth's record.
That's so wild to me, man. Like this primitive world. That's what it feels like. I mean, I feel like that now sometimes too, but it's like, God, what the. is going on. So imagine doing all created, creating all these great moments and doing all these great things with all of that going
all the
against
pressure
you.
in the world on
all
you.
that going against
looking
you.
around here, go great.
I mean-
I got to go out there, worry about somebody's gonna, be out there with a gun in the stands or something. You don't know.
Right.
I mean, just like when he broke the home run record, and these two guys jumped out of the stands. You go, holy shit, what's going to happen? And no, they were there. Basically, they were happy that he did it. But
Right.
you don't know about this shit because it's crazy.
Canada Mike is in the mix with us. Of course, don't forget the passing of the chef, George Armstrong, Maple Leaf, former Maple Leaf. So yeah, we could do. It's wild, Moose, because every year we could do probably an end of the year who we lost in sports, and it's an astronomical number. It feels like, but you don't really realize it as the year goes on. But we've already lost a few cats,
Yeah.
and we're not in that deep. And yeah, I think by the end of the year, that's just going to grow. The longer you are a sports fan, the more likely that's going to happen, right? It's just like life. The longer you're on this planet, it's the more likely you're going to see, your loved ones, pass. So it's just no different. So it's pretty wild. But like I said, with at least there was that huge celebration of life when it came to him. So
Right.
I just think that's to me that's where it's at. So.
Yeah, he's.
You don't end up with the Kobe scenario, as like I was saying before, where it feels like too soon.
Yep. 3,771 hits, 755 home runs, 2,297 RBIs.
That's insane.
Here's another two. Total bases, 6,856 stolen bases. He never struck out more. I think the most he ever struck out was 97 strikeouts in 1967. Let's see here. What did he do? That's strikeouts in 67. He batted 307, 39 home runs, 109 RBIs.
Jeez.
I mean, his slugging percentage is 573. His OPS was 943. His lifetime OPS is 928. That's
Man,
insane.
That is crazy.
He led the league in RBI. I mean, total bases 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. 25-time All-Star player, 3-time Golden Glove. Led the league in home runs 4 times. Batting average twice. And again, he played again half his career in the deep south in Atlanta. He went to Atlanta in '66, which was still, I mean, that was all still segregated, still, and coming out of the civil rights movement, everything on there. And he goes to Atlanta, and when he comes embracing everything with it on there. But yeah, even when Milwaukee wasn't a hotbed either of social justice.
Yeah, no, right,
either.
no.
With it. But yeah, they won the World Series in 1957. He won the MVP at age 23. That's insane.
Yeah, that's wild, man. Like I said, with all that stuff going on around you and to accomplish all that stuff, it's hard to put into context because you haven't been there. But like, if you just try to imagine accomplishing like some of the greatest accomplishments in your life with some of the greatest, I don't know, obstacles. It's it'd be hard, and it's like, and it wouldn't even compare to what this guy were.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even compare. It's not even close. And so it's just mind-boggling. It's hard to get my brain around that. I think that's kind of where I go when I start thinking about the careers of some of these guys like that. There's not too many of them. We've got one in our midst right now that we'll talk about a little bit later. But, this guy here is...
His lifetime WAR, 143.5.
Stupid numbers.
I mean,
Stupid numbers.
these are insane numbers.
Well, that's what. So you could take all the other stuff out of it, and he's still You know what I'm saying? He's
Nobody's going to come near that RBI record.
Right.
I mean, that's almost 2,300 RBIs.
Just numbers alone. If you just take out all that other nonsense and look at just numbers alone, it's amazing. That's kind of part of this whole thing. That's why, like I said, it's just wrapping my brain around all that. It's like it's not possible. Not for me anyway. So
yeah, he played 23 years in the majors. Almost again, 2,900, almost averaged 100 RBIs every year for his career.
that's insane.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Played 3,200, almost 3,300 games, 700. He had a home run like once every 5 games minimum. 3,700 hits, 7. So he was basically hit one for every 5 hits. He was hitting a home run.
That's crazy.
And he had 624 doubles, 98 triples, and stolen bases was 240. For bomber, that's I mean, and him and Hank Aaron were probably the greatest players of a generation. I mean,
sure.
Well, maybe Mickey the Mick, but Mantle got hurt. But you look at that National League, it was Hank Aaron and Willie Mays for the better part of 20 years.
Yeah.
And both of them, and again, consistency, because he never hit more than 44 he never hit 50 home runs, but he hit 755 over his career. Just consistent.
Yeah.
And then in class and on everything, a number 44.
Yeah. So
again, just want to just give that out, and Godspeed to Hammer and Hank.
Yeah, absolutely. It's weird too, as I shift gears here. It's weird to see the Lakers in blue and white.
It's just wrong. Everything wrong about that.
It's just weird,
color.
especially when you're on the Philly floor and it's mainly blue and white.
Right.
It really f's with your eyeballs. I'm not sure what I'm watching.
I mean, what is this? The old Minneapolis Laker color?
Yes.
Again, Lakers always will be purple and gold.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, one of the guys is wearing his purple and gold shoes, and he's not even a effing Laker. On Philly, look at the dude on Philly. Is he not wearing?
That's Embiid.
Is that Joel Embiid?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. No, that is down low. Look at the other end of the top of the. He's running back now. They're all gold, and they got the It looks like they're purple. Maybe they're not gold and purple, but what the fuck? Look at them. Look at those things.
Those are hideous.
They are hideous. I was like, where does he got that color in his fuck? I'm just and it's swatted again. You know what? LeBron's been getting swatted a lot lately. I have to say,
Yeah.
I've been noticing more often. Now that says he's kind of going to the rack more, and he's not worried about it. But I've seen him get swatted a few times this year already, at least twice. Just got to block the game.
So we got that on there, but yeah, and again, for all you people saying is Brady's not the GOAT, well, dude, that's it. It's over. It's over. He didn't even have it. He didn't have it. He had a terrible second half. Had a great first half of the game on there.
Yeah.
But again, 10th Super Bowl in 21 years.
Yeah.
48% of the time,
Yeah.
he on there. He's going to the Super Bowl.
That's insane. That's insane. He has been.
If he wins this time, he'll have more Super Bowls than even the team with the most. I know, which was again
He's been in some crazy 18% of all Super Bowls played.
yes,
How the fuck is
55 Super Bowls, and he's been in, and he's going to his again 10th.
he's been in 18% of all Super Bowls played, and he didn't start playing until 35. Super Bowl 35.
So yeah, the last 20 he's been to 48% of them.
Every other year he goes to the Super Bowl.
Right, we said that on there. It's just amazing
It's just-
what he
it's
can
like-
do on it.
It's and look, he didn't play great, but he had a good. They came out there. They had their first drive. Was well scripted. They executed well, and they never really let go. And you had 3 opportunities to pick this, to
Yeah, and they got 6 points out of 3 picks. That's it.
That's it.
But again, that last second throw where he just basically, you're like, oh, we got the pick. Okay, boom. And he hits him. I mean, it's like, dude, Kenny King should have been canned immediately after. Find your own fucking way.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's
you got burnt, and then you basically, and people are going, well, they let him play. We can't go. What are you calling? I'm like, dude, he's grabbed his jersey. I mean, literally, there's like 4 feet of jersey being stretched out. I'm like, well, yeah, you gotta call that one. It's not like, oh, I kind of reached around and barely touched him under. Right. It's like, I gotta hold him to keep him under because he's gonna get a touchdown.
Well, that's my whole thing. If he didn't pull his jersey out like a sailboat,
right?
Then whatever.
Then it'd be an argument. But once I saw that jersey stretch out, like, that's a no-brainer.
Oh, like
it was late. Yeah, because the guy is looking back, going, no one else called it. Come on, you gotta call that. Right. Here's the damn flag.
Right? Exactly. I was like, how do you not calling that one? So it's just one of those things where, look. I don't want to hear that shit anyway.
Yeah.
You had 3 opportunities to turn up more than 6 fucking points. And I don't want to hear about that you got called for a penalty. I'm not hearing that shit.
Uh-oh. 80's hurt.
I want to know, how many, so I'm not hearing that shit.
No.
I don't listen to that argument any other time about, whether you that dude's not an argument. That's not an argument. They didn't call it down the middle. The refs don't get to bail you out on this one. I'm sorry.
No, not on this one. That was more again on there. That was again more of a pass interference than the no call against the Rams again.
Right.
You go, all right, on it, but I'm like, dude, when that jersey stretched out like a sail.
Yeah, I mean,
if there's a strong wind, it went woo.
Yeah, I mean,
someone would have been paragliding. So I see it again, dude. Tampa's defense showed up.
Oh,
I mean, they couldn't get a running game whatsoever on them.
Yeah.
Shaq Barrett and JPP baby were just constantly harassing Rodgers all day long.
Well, I love the arrogance too of Rodgers, kind of biting him in the ass because he went up to one of his I don't even know who it was, and said, all cocky, walked up and goes, "Get me a stop." And then he didn't do shit with it.
Right. Yeah, they've been getting you stops. What the hell? You got 3 balls handed to you on turnovers, and you got 2 fucking field goals.
Yep. And then he was mad his coach didn't go for it on 4th down, which they should have.
They should have. But also, too, you're the damn quarterback. You've been there for 15 fucking years. Tell the coach, fuck you. We're going for it. I'm not coming off the field. Kiss my ass.
Right. Dude, yeah, if you believe in it like that, to me, there's just, you can't, if you're a, how do you do that?
Brady
how do you blame everybody else?
If it was reversed and Bruce Aaron goes, "Oh, we're going to kick the field goal," you think Brady would have looked at him like, "Fuck off!
Yeah.
Get that fucking kicker off out of here. I'm going for it."
Yeah, I'll take the heat if this thing takes the shit.
Also, too, 3rd down, you had it wide open. You could have ran and got at least to like the 2.
Yeah, it should have been
minimum to the 2.
It should have been a 4th and goal on like.
Or he would have scored the touchdown. You're Aaron Rodgers. You've got some speed there.
To me,
some maneuverability.
To me, that was a 4th and goal at like the 1, because you're probably going to try to get down, not to get pummeled, and they'll like go, "Oh my goodness," and check it. We
don't want him to get hurt.
And he's going to slide and go down,
Yeah.
And so I think then you got the replay, and then they put the ball, inside the 1, around the 1, and then you got to make a decision there. But I think it's less of a decision then. But either way, did you think Tom Brady was going to ever let you get that ball back with 2 minutes to go?
Oh, no.
I mean, come on, man.
No.
2 minutes to go, and you think you're actually going to get that ball back. You're fucking crazy.
Right.
You're lucky you didn't go down there and just score a touchdown on your ass.
Basically, just score a touchdown and say, "Here's the ball.
Yeah.
Have a game ball."
Yeah, you fucking. I mean, there's plenty of blame to go around, but you don't do that. Like, you don't come out and go, "Okay, I don't like what we did there, and then I want my defense to get a stop." Dude, your defense got stops. Your defense got turnovers. You didn't do shit with them.
Right.
So I ain't hearing all that. So, and you need to stop your attitude because you're not going anywhere this next year. I don't believe. I know, and we'll get into the whole free agent market and what's going on with quarterbacks
Well,
here.
Aaron Jones is a free agent,
But
and they're not going to re-sign him. Watch.
I just don't see how you know. I just don't see how you're moving Aaron Rodgers this year. It's going to be another year before you can
Right, 'cause
do
you're
anything.
stuck with that salary.
Yeah. So
On there. So, yeah, on there. But, yeah, Brady's going to his 10th Super Bowl, and then we'll break down the Super Bowl next week on there
Yes.
for our, on there, as we always do for a Super Bowl extravaganza.
yeah.
But, yeah, goes there his first year, gets to a Super Bowl.
Well, dude, they started off 7-5. It's been playing down the stretch. See, look, he's got this magic formula, and it's not really magic. It's just, you just got to be above 500 going into the second half of the season. Then you've got to kind of turn it on and get hot at the right time. You play it game by game, matchup by matchup, and every game the difference is 2-3 big plays.
Right.
And if you watch that game, you notice that he may have thrown those 3 picks, but he had 3 really nice passes out there that resulted in points
Major
on the
chunks.
board. Yeah, or points on the board. So it's those are the things. He knows like what those little nuances that get him over the hump, and he doesn't necessarily have to be the baddest dude on the field. But even with those 3 picks, he did what he needed to do when it counted most, and on the other side on the other side, not so much.
No.
Aaron didn't get it done. So don't give me this. You know.
And they kept Devontae Adams in check for most of the game
Right.
on there. Valdez scaling. Yeah, he got that 50-yarder, and that was pretty much it. But, yeah, they couldn't run the ball. They kept
Right.
him in check, and Brady made plays on there. And, again, Leonard Fournette made a huge touchdown run on it. That was a man run.
Oh, dude, that run.
When he was running, all of a sudden he did a little spin move, and all of a sudden he just powered over everybody into the end zone.
Yeah. I was like, he's about to score. And then he kind of like fell on the dude on his back into the corner of the end zone. I was like, man, that was a
Now
run.
you know why.
That was a
Again,
nice
now
run.
you start saying, yeah, that's the Leonard Fournette I remember. On it.
Yeah.
So,
But
on
he,
there.
he gets in his own head. That guy there.
Yeah.
That's his
It's
problem.
his own problem, and I think getting him being with this team under is probably the best thing because the head coach ain't putting up with any crap. Brady ain't gonna put up with any of his crap, and I think he says, "Oh, I better just do what they're telling me to do, and just go with there." Godwin had a nice game on there. Scotty Miller had a huge play there too. Also, the rookie Johnson there with that big. He only had one catch, 60 yarders, but that was monstrous because that was when they were trying to eat out that clock there and get that 16-yarder to get the first down. When it was
Right.
like third and 14, he gets 16 yards. Even Gronk had a 29-yard catch. Only one catch, and he rumbled for 29 yards. But, yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. We'll get into next week, too, on it. But, yeah, Tampa gets there, and it just shows you is the Brady-Belichick thing is great, but I think Belichick needed Brady. It looks like maybe a little bit more than on there. Well, we'll see on there, but in the future, that.
Yeah.
At least for this year.
Yeah, to me, it's one of those things where you can have the greatest system in the world, but it's got to be properly executed. There's got to be a certain understanding of there's got to be a certain IQ level there with the person playing that position, and execution is everything. So all's it really is let's do what I do, what I've always done, and let's just do it with a better team. I mean, the New England is just mortgaged everything. You can't be great for 20 years and not have a downtime.
Right.
You at some point in time, you're going to eat through everything in the cupboard, and that's what's happened here. They've eaten through everything in the cupboard, and now they got to restock the shelves. And Brady was able to go to a place where the cupboards were already full.
Right.
So he could just reach in and grab some cookies and get some milk and sit down on the couch and be a fat kid. And that's what he's doing again because he's a glutton. He's a gluttonous Super Bowl eating motherfucker. That's what he is.
Say he wins on there, he'll be 7-3 in Super Bowls.
That is redonkulous.
Even if he loses, he's still 6-4.
How does anybody at the lead position? Because let's be frank, the quarterback position is the lead position on the field. So how do you? I mean, who else in the history of like any sport? Like, what's your lead position in each sport? You know, you could. Those could be argued, but you know, who's been that successful percentage-wise and accolade-wise? I mean, he's gotten the MVPs and the championships and like.
I mean, you look at it. You just look at the longevity because even like Bradshaw getting to 4 Super Bowls and winning 4.
Right.
He was only getting there for a 10-year window.
Right.
Even Montana was basically a 1981 through 1990 was only like a 10-year window.
Sure.
Yeah, he won 3 Super Bowl or 4 Super Bowls in that 10-year window, but that was it. And then when he dropped off, Brady's done this twice as long.
Yeah.
And still, look, and again, he's 43 freaking years old, passed for 4,000 yards and 30-something touchdowns. I mean, it's insane.
If I tried to go out and try to throw for 400 yards, my arm would fall out of the socket. Me and Brady are the same age.
I mean, all these people say, well, I like Breeze and that. He's almost got as many yards as Breeze.
Yeah.
He's got more touchdowns. He's thrown fewer picks.
Yep.
And he's been in the Super Bowl 10 fucking times. Stop it.
Well, that's my whole thing. It's not like he had a small part in it. This isn't the Robert Ory of
This is
football.
not like I'm a place kicker on there and, oh, yeah, I live forever and I can kick and all I do is kick the ball.
He's not fucking Robert Ory.
No. Robert Ory, yeah, he can go great. He's a nice role player that hits
Yeah.
big-time threes. He's the freaking starting quarterback.
Yeah.
He's there for every offensive play.
Yeah.
And if he didn't blow his knee out in that first game in 2008,
Yeah, right.
they probably would have went to the Super Bowl again.
Yeah, because they got 11-5. Like
He went
Castle.
11-5 with Matt Castle. Come on, he would have went freaking 13-3 or 14-2 and went to another Super Bowl and said, "You know what? Eat my dick."
Yeah.
Because you know he was pissed because I losing that freaking inbred Eli Manning and that freaking tight end who made the greatest catch of his fucking life.
Yeah.
And he gets lucky. That's bullshit. Eat my dick. I'm gonna kick your ass. Fucking that inbred Eli Manning gets 2 Super Bowls. Why? Because he got lucky on 2 goddamn throws.
You did really, but that's the formula, Moose. Right? You only need a handful of explosive plays, and those are the difference. And that's what happened. I mean, dude, the fumbling, bumbling, dippity-doo-dah fucking Giants with Eli Manning beat an undefeated 16-0 fucking juggernaut.
Well, also, too, is they had a great defensive line.
18-0, I guess, technically.
They put some pressure on it. I mean, you had Strahan, that was his line. They put the pressure on it. Even when they lost to the Eagles, the freaking Brady passed for 500 freaking yards. Don't go, oh, they lost. Right. Well, he didn't lose because of him. They couldn't stop him.
I know. Yep. Defense couldn't do it. And why do you think Brady's not there?
Because
he wanted a fucking defense. And guess what happened? His defense kept him in the game when he turned the ball over. Yeah. So, and guess who's in the Super Bowl? And guess who just shit the bed this year? Yeah. So you tell me, like, who made the right choice when?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And do you think Belichick's going to hang around for, like, another run, like, even half of that?
No. Dude's like, again.
So, come on, man. So, let's just stop with all of it. And then go to Belichick's record prior to Brady. Take Brady out of the scenario and tell me what Belichick has accomplished.
Fired from Cleveland.
Just tell me what he accomplished. I'm not worried about who fired him, how long he held the job,
he went to
whatever.
one playoff game, and that was it.
Okay. So,
and if he didn't get lucky and get Brady come in there and got lightning in a bottle there, he probably would have got fired in New England after that season too.
Right. So I was going to say, so you have one playoff win, and how many years before you get to the Tom Brady era, and that was accident. You wanted Bledsoe.
Well, they had Bledsoe.
Yeah, no, but he was the starter. Bledsoe was going to start regardless. They had no intention on
And
moving
then he
Brady
got
to
hurt.
start.
He almost basically
Right.
died when he basically got his chest caved in. And Brady comes in and they catch lightning in a bottle.
Yeah,
And look
dude,
what he did.
Didn't he have like the tuck rule and all that other crazy shit
Yeah.
that year?
Yeah.
Dude, it's not lightning in a bottle. That's divine intervention.
That's the kicker is, and here at Michigan, like our freaking coach, like, oh, we're gonna play him and Drew Henson part time, and I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
I know.
Because you saw him,
I
he
know.
almost came back and beat State after they got out that big lead with Plaxico Burress. They almost come back and beat them, so they did.
Yeah.
They go to the Orange Bowl playing Bama, and then Lloyd's like, oh, I'm gonna run it. I'm like, dude, you got freaking freshman cornerbacks going. You got Don Brady, you got David Terrell. Throw the fucking ball, and that's what they did in the fourth quarter. Bing,
Right.
bing, 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 bing. That's it.
All right.
I'm
But
like, Jesus Christ. And here he's going to go down there on there. But even if they lose and they win, it doesn't matter. Dude's going down. And it's never going to be. Nobody will ever go to 10 Super Bowls again. It's
No.
just not going to happen.
No.
Unless it's some freaking kicker who basically
bounces around.
bounces around.
Yeah.
But you're not going to see a team, even with the Patriots going to freaking in a 20-year span to 9 Super Bowls.
You're
never going to see
You're not
that.
going to get a 10 with a 5 or a 4 Super Bowl run. You're not going to get a 10-year run like that.
No. The
So-
closer you get, we may get out of Kansas City is Mahomes may go to 4 Super Bowls in his first 10 years.
Yeah, right. That's how I
And,
think you're right.
and again, how New England did it and Tampa, they're paying Brady still decent money on there. He's still not the highest, but again, now is like most of these teams that win it, they all win it now under their
Yeah.
quarterbacks rookie deals.
Yeah, you have to be fiscally responsible because it's all about. We talk about the war of attrition all the time, and it's about depth and staying healthy and having quality players at every phase of the game, not just a handful of guys. And sometimes you have guys that are good enough to elevate the play. Let's say some positions where you've got to, play it a little bit more conservative from a financial standpoint. But I just don't. I don't buy into the fact that you have to go out and get all these guys. The numbers pan out. You do it while you got to be able to draft well, and
Right.
and the numbers say draft well and get it done while these cats are on rookie contracts, and you can have like a full team. I mean, the reason the Seahawks did so well is because they paid Russell Wilson like a ham sandwich to fucking play football.
They got him in the third round and paying him as we said, a ham sandwich on there. And we'll see what KC does because, again, Mahomes is technically still on his rookie deal, and then we'll see what happens when they start paying him the $40 million a year, and see how they can keep this team together because these cats and everything. I don't know how they can keep everybody together with it. Only going to that second game is Buffalo, Kansas City. Buffalo they played hard. You love the story. You love the fans. You love it. They just don't have, again, they couldn't run. They don't have any running game whatsoever.
Right.
And, dude, you couldn't, come on. They're throwing the ball to only 2 guys the whole game, and you can't cover either of them. Tyreek Hill and Kelsey. Your tight end gets 13 grabs for 117 yards. And 2 touchdowns.
But I mean,
he was like, and those
Hill is
touchdowns
so
were like
fast.
wide open.
Hill's so fast though, dude. What are you gonna do?
That team is Hill. Oh, that
He's
71
too
yarder
fast.
when he got that touchdown.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I mean,
he
come
gets,
on,
I'm
man.
like, he gone.
Yeah.
You ain't catching it. Forget it.
It's
Get
not.
outta here.
That's just not even fair. You just
I'm
can't-
a crossing pattern. He
Yeah.
crosses and he still crosses back around. He
He's
ran on 71 yards. He ran
so
150
fast.
yards.
He's so fast. I just get. It's just like one of those things. It's like. It's not fair. There's nothing.
No.
Nobody can. You can't game plan for giving a guy a 15-yard or 20-yard cushion. I mean, what are you gonna do? Like this guy's just fast, man, and so it's just not fair in some respects, and you're gonna get burned. The key is to minimize it, right? So the dam, before it bursts, there's a bunch of little holes, and like you got to put your fingers in the holes. But you got to make sure you pick the ones that need to be plugged the most first, and just hope that little bit of seepage is not overwhelming enough that you get taken out by it. So, I don't. But yeah, that's silly.
It is silly. I mean, it's just like Jesus. They are so damn fast.
It's it's cool because they put the microchips in the shoulder pads and stuff. And I just want he should always have that. I just want to know in real time, and they just put it on the screen.
I want to see him and DK Metcalf run.
I just no. I
wanna
know.
see it.
I want a floating icon over their heads on the television.
We're showing this how fast is running.
Yes, how fast they're running. So you could be like, oh, that motherfucker's running 22 miles an hour, and that dude chasing him is running 12. Good luck, fat boy. You're not getting him. That would be the greatest thing to see. And I think video gamers would like it because it just looked like a video game then.
It was a video game.
He is.
And you're getting Kansas City's like the closest thing to Madden.
Yes, that you get. Exactly. It's amazing. Should just be Madden. They'll just be the all Madden team over there. Well, at least for now.
Yeah, they're down 9-0. The next thing you know, it's
they can
21-12.
Well, in the league,
what the hell happened?
The rules are kind of set up for that, and we've had a couple of teams that could do it in the past, but not like this. Like these, Mahomes and his supporting cast, and pretty effortless, and it's entertaining in the way they do it and win. So
they scored 3 touchdowns within a 10-minute window.
So I mean, I Canada Mike, of course, is a Chiefs fan. Go Chiefs, go! But how can you not be a fan of this team? You know what I'm saying? How can you not watch Mahomes and Kelsey and Hill and all these guys and not? How can you not to be entertained? So it's just one of them things, man. The Lakers are struggling with Philly. They're down 8. They struggled with Cleveland last night.
Yeah.
So
it's in blue uniform.
Yeah, it's that ugly ass uniform. They think they're at home on the home court, but
what do they think they are, Duke?
Yeah, LeBron putting one up. Duke. Jeez, they do kind of look like Duke, don't they?
That Duke blue, you see?
Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, Andy, I mean, again, here it is, kickers too, is you got Andy Reid and Bruce Arians, like 2 fat old guys.
Yeah, but, I mean, and you have one of each, right? You got an offensive guy and a defensive guy, so.
No, they're both offensive.
Bruce Arians was an
offensive coordinator when he was with Pittsburgh.
Is that what it was? Okay.
And the Pittsburgh hasn't won since he left, since they got rid of him. They weren't going to renew his contract. They thought he was too old. As offensive coordinator, that's the last time they won a Super Bowl was with him.
Right. Well, we shall see if Tom Brady. But I mean, gosh, if Tom Brady,
it's going to be interesting on there. For the AFC is going to be on there. You look at Buffalo, you got Josh Allen and Diggs and everything. Those 2 cats, I mean, they've got they got great chemistry. Yep. I mean, again, as we said, it seems like I'm beating a dead horse. That was a trade that benefited both teams.
Yeah, no, they're going to get better, I think, as it goes. It's just, it wasn't their year. I mean, you have a buzzsaw, KC, and I think it's kind of one of those things where it's going to be frustrating for Buffalo fans because you're going to have to go through KC. But it's not going to be like Peyton Manning trying to get past New England, frustrating. So, but yeah, it's going to be tough to get. Hey, and whoever knocks off KC, is going to earn it.
Yeah, and Cole Beasley played with a broken leg at the slot receiver.
That's crazy.
He had a broken tibia.
Ugh.
And he played.
So is he a hockey player? It's like a hockey player, I think.
At the slot receiver. I remember years and years ago.
Yeah, but Beasley wants one so bad.
Well, yeah.
All those years of the Jets and
no, Beasley was with the Cowboys.
Of the Cowboys, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, in not getting there. I was thinking of who was I thinking of? But yeah, I mean, all those years of just not getting there. Yeah, he wants one pretty bad.
Yeah.
And you can tell by the way he plays. I mean, he reminds me of, what's his name? Yeah, a little bit.
Walker?
A little bit. I'm trying to think of, there's another guy. I'm just trying to think, older era player. It'll come to me later. I know it will. But anyway, yeah, I just like his tenacity, slot receiver guy, kind of unassuming, very clean routes, and is always where he needs to be when he's a spot guy, right?
Yeah.
He's always where he's supposed to be when he's supposed to be there. And he does all this little stuff. He'll run up and he will block you dirty as fuck. Like, he'll come up and do whatever he's got to do to make the play go. So he's not like, oh, I need to get mine from a receiver aspect. He just does every little thing along the way. And that's why, then it comes out with the receptions and the yardage and the plays. He gets rewarded for that. So,
right. I think Buffalo's a couple players, but an offensive lineman and a running back away. I mean, maybe they need to shore up the defense a little bit on secondary wise, but again, they're all right. The future's bright. Josh Allen is the legit quarterback.
Yeah, the key is, once again, you're playing the game of, can you maintain a viable team longer, right? Because KC is getting, they're both, you guys have young teams with a lot of talent.
They're already paying their quarterback.
So this is the game that you're gonna be playing where, you've got two teams that I think are basically the juggernauts of the division for the foreseeable future. And can you get better or maintain longer and outlive the other guy or beat the other guy? Or you could just have one of what could be the most exciting rivalries in playoff football.
Right, and you can't even count out Cleveland. I mean, you got the Browns, the Bills, and you got the Chiefs in that AFC, and just like all three are young.
All right.
All three are built. I mean, Cleveland's built a little different. They're built with, they've got some nice receivers, but they got they got probably the best running game on there. Chiefs obviously got the most explosive offense that I've ever seen in my life.
To me,
the Bills are,
right. To me, the jury's out on the coaching scenario and the big playability of the Browns.
Right.
So it's a nice story. You got to the playoffs and you can win a game, or you can do this or you can do that. But we were talking about that. There's a few plays that make the difference, and can you tell when and where those are, and can you make those happen in the moments that are the most important against the stiffest competition under the most stressful situations? Can you accomplish that? Dude, we watched that pressure crush a coach this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, field goal from LaFleur is mind-boggling.
Right. Oh yeah, they're calling for it. I mean, between that this year and last year.
So it's not just the players. It's not just the players that feel that pressure.
Right.
So for me, I just don't feel that the Browns are quite there yet. Remember, it's kind of like the Pistons of 2004, right? So prior to that, they were a good team, but you just never really felt they could get over the hump, and they brought in Larry Brown.
Right.
From Carlisle to Brown, and that was the difference between being a championship team and not. I don't know if, I'm not saying that it's a coach thing that they're away from, but there's an ingredient that is crucial to them getting over the hump, and they don't have it yet.
It's no accident that the 2 week more experienced coaches end up winning over the weekend.
Right. And when I look at Kansas City and Buffalo, I feel that they have those things in place.
Right.
So, we'll see. I just feel like they
got more experience in there. They've both got defensive coordinators that've been there before. Todd Bowles was there when he was with Baltimore.
Yeah, exactly.
Steve Spagnuolo's won twice with the Giants, his defensive coordinators.
Well, I think what Bowles has done has been absolutely, very, just outstanding for them. So And not,
I like it.
You know, I think
And I think this game's going to be good. Again, it's going to be a fun game to watch, and we'll get into next week on there where our predictions and how we think things are going to go. But it's interesting on there. And again, now you look at all the cats that are retiring. Now Philip Rivers is retired.
Well, we figured that.
We knew that was
He's
going to
got
happen.
482 kids to take care of, and he's too
already got a
old.
gig at Fox. Jason Witten ended up retiring again. For good, maybe.
Yeah, he should stay retired. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gronk the same.
Gronk he'll probably retire.
Yeah. So
Came back one big run, and
he probably shouldn't have came back.
Shouldn't came back.
I don't blame him though. I mean, Brady says, "Come, we'll pay millions of dollars and you get a championship." And yeah, you're playing in the Super Bowl again. Sure. Well, and we'll get into the breakdown of it, but I mean, how great of a situation did he fall into? A bunch of those guys, Fournette, all those guys. I mean, Fournette was labeled a malcontent. You know, so there's
he got a little on there,
there was no interest. He got cut, and then no one picked him up.
Right, and then Tampa's like,
finally, yeah. So,
but you better listen to us because we ain't putting up with you in your.
Oh yeah, I know they're gonna. Well, once again, is it the Belichick way or is it the Brady way? Look at the things that they're doing. They're taking risks on other players, and they're paying off.
Again, getting Antonio Brown in.
Right. They're taking risks on these crazy players that people don't think that they could, and they're getting the most out of it. So you tell me, is that fucking Belichick? Is Belichick closet coaching the fucking the
maybe Brady? Yeah, maybe on it.
Come on, man.
Because Brady's like, listen, I'm taking a chance. I'm taking a chance.
Dude, he moved him into his motherfucking house.
Come in, move in with me, and listen to what you think. Antonio Brown's like, yeah, I'm going to do whatever you got to tell me to do here.
So you're taking, and the shit is working. It's paying off. And so, like,
tough love there every day on there. It's like, okay.
So, yeah, was it the Belichick way or was it the Brady way? Or did they come up with this kind of hybrid together and Brady took it over there?
Right.
And it can't be executed without Tom. I mean, until he can find somebody that can execute.
Belichick tried to bring in Cam, and it turned into an unmitigated disaster.
Oh, my God. Cam was worse than he was when he was worse. When he was a dumpster fire. You know what I mean?
But, again, as we said, they're also, the first team ever in the Super Bowl to play at home.
I know.
That says a lot, too, because we're all together. We can stay at home, sleep in our own bed.
Well, this is the whole thing with that is... This plays right into everything that they want because there won't be a huge fan base there, but there's going to be so Super Bowl, it doesn't seem to matter, right? Because it seems to be everybody's from everywhere.
Right.
It's, so you don't tend to get any one team advantage. But in this case, a good portion of your fans are going to be locally vaccinated healthcare workers.
Right.
So you're going to have a lot of Tampa area fans in the building.
Yes.
Percentage-wise. Because it's not going to be, they're only going to do whatever, 20,000, 22,000 people or whatever. But if 10,000, I know 7,500 are frontline workers.
Right.
So if half the crowd, if 10,000 people from that crowd
you said there's 20,000 people they're going to have.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. So if half that crowd is Tampa centric, then you've got a home field advantage. So and then you're not traveling and you're at home and all those things, dude. All these things are in a certain old man's favor.
Yeah.
So it's like it will really break this thing down because if we got to do 2 hours on the Super Bowl, we're going to really cut deep. So we'll do that next week.
We'll get into that, but it's curious on there.
But it's interesting.
One cat bought 4 tickets on the secondary market for $160,000.
Oh fuck you! No way.
Somebody with more money than brains.
Absolutely. I mean, I get it's COVID, no one's doing anything, and but you're going to make the only event that you've done in a year be the Super Bowl in a crazy time where you'd be in a half-filled stadium and it would just be wild times. And, this guy, I get it. So, like, there's an intrigue there. But fuck you with that ticket Fuck you with that ticket price. That's crazy. That is nuts. I'm taking out fucking, a mortgage to go to the Super Bowl. But some people will. That's probably what he did, too. Probably took out a fucking mortgage.
Who knows? It could be some cat there.
No, he probably still is rich, but he probably took out a mortgage or a loan.
It could be some cat on there.
I mean, $160,000. Isn't that what you said?
But that person probably has come from Novi, Michigan, or at least bought a lottery ticket from them.
Yeah.
Wasn't fucking me.
No, man.
Bastards.
Drives me. I don't even want to go there. We can't go there. This will take a horrible turn. Oh, shit.
So we got that. Locally here, Matt Stafford told him he wants to be traded.
Yep.
So they got lucky on that.
Well,
maybe. If they do it right.
Well, it's one of those things. We'll get into it a little bit deeper on the other side because we'll take, as we get closer to the break here. But, yeah, he kind of forced his hand and whatever. But we've been down this road, Moose. I mean,
yeah, over and over. We've been down this road. I mean, again, we said last week. We said I'm not buying into anything till they're gonna have to find a way to trade Stafford and figure it all out. And they got lucky because he says, "I'm done. I'm not going through this again."
Well, and this is the whole thing.
But again, are they going to screw the pooch, or are they going to get something decent? And key is, if they do get a decent couple of draft picks, I'm not believing anything until 3 years down the line until I see what these draft picks do.
Well, we'll break it down a little bit more on the other side than just that. Let's take a quick break because I think there's a lot of layers to that onion, and there's some Kool-Aid drinking going around this place. And we're
not here.
We're not doing that. We're gonna shoot you straight. So we got that. We got NBA, NHL, and I don't know. We got hot stove action. Not yet.
A little bit of hot stove, but not really. I mean,
okay, not yet.
We'll get into.
You know what? It just dawned on me. We were talking about this other stuff.
Talking about the couple signings out there that've been done, and it's like.
I was like, that's what I was about to say. It didn't seem like it moved this year that much. I was just thinking in my head. I didn't mean to.
There's been signings, but just nothing. It's the only. I mean, the biggest moves really were by. We'll get into that on the flip side a little bit too.
Yeah.
On there, so we are DSR2 Studio 57 Radio, and we'll get back in just a few minutes here.
Oh, what happened?
Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
Party people, this is the original Doc Ice, and you are definitely listening to Studio 57 Radio. And if Studio 57 Radio isn't on, then your radio ain't really on. Check that.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
Hey everybody, Scrappy here to tell you about That Radio Show. Hang with me as I break down the world of entertainment with great guests, celebrity interviews, awesome games with wonderful prizes. Also, we've got the biggest library of underground hip-hop of any station on the net. You mix in a little stand-up comedy and a text line so your voice can be heard, and you got a pretty good little show. But add listener-controlled programming? Yeah, you heard me. Listener-controlled programming, where you, the listener, can decide what makes it on the air. And now you've got the greatest show ever created. So join my show, your show, our show, the people's show, That Radio Show, each and every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, only here on Studio 57 Radio.
Hey everybody, this is your boy Big D, here to tell you about Mark for Life Tattoos. Guys, this place is the cleanest, most laid-back studio in Metro Detroit, and the artists are top-notch. And if you're like me from the D, you need to stop in on Fridays for that D-Day and get your Old English D for only $20. Not interested in tattoos? Mark for Life does body piercings. Mark for Life is located at 22533 Van Dyke in Warren, and the guys are there 7 days a week from noon to 9. So give them a call at 757-2222. That's 586-757-2222. Tell them Studio 57 sent you and get 20% off. So what are you waiting for? Call them now.
Hey everybody, Smokey here to tell you about Allstate Tire. With winter fast approaching, the most important thing between you and the road is your tires. So don't put your safety in just anybody's hands. Go to Allstate Tire. With new and quality used tires available, you can trust Allstate Tire for all your tire needs. You can visit them at 14208 9 Mile Road in Warren, or give them a call at 586-779-8759. Allstate Tire, your source for quality new and used tires.
What's happening, everybody? Scrappy here to tell you about Love and Life Club. Love and Life Club is a social networking club that's located at 19960 James Cousins. That's the Lodge Service Drive between 7 and 8 Mile Road in the D. You need to stop in for $5 Fridays for great music, food, and drinks. I personally recommend the chicken. Love and Life Club is also available for rental for bachelor parties, wedding receptions, or any party for that matter. For more information, log on to www.loveandlifeclub.com. That's loveandlifeclub.com, or call D at 313-999-2824. That's 313-999-2824. That's Love and Life Club. If you're loving life, you need to be in the club.
Taking over the broadcast for the Ultimate Underground.
Studio 57 Radio Original. You know, when you hear that sound, you're gonna have a good time, because that's the sound of the Ultimate Underground live concert webcast from the Detroit area. We go to the most famous, or should I say, infamous venues in the D, and bring the underground music scene from the streets to your computer like nobody else can. There's only one catch. You never know when and where the Ultimate Underground is going to take over a broadcast. So you need to stay tuned to Studio 57 Radio all day, every day, for clues on when and where the next Ultimate Underground may happen. Now, there's no other station on the net that's going to give you this live webcast of some of the hottest artists in the D. That's the Ultimate Underground live on your home for hip-hop, rock and metal, Studio 57 Radio, baby.
Goodbye.
You get what you want, cause we got what you need. Studio 57, serving streets of the D. Recording, mixing, mastering, or great beats. We do to keep you hot on the streets. You get what you want, cause we got what you need. Studio 57, serving streets of the D. Recording, mixing, mastering, or great beats. We do to keep you hot on the streets. Studio 57 is a 32-track digital recording studio that utilizes Cool Edit, Logic Pro, Shure, AKG, Sennheiser, Yamaha, Korg, Mackie, Boss, Ibanez, Fender, Fruity Loops, and many, many more to make your music pop. Experienced and friendly engineers make Studio 57 feel like you're home away from home. With beat creation, mixing, mastering, digital media conversion, and DJs for any event, Studio 57 Records is your one-stop shop for all your music entertainment needs. We have online bill pay and flexible payment schedules. That makes Studio 57 the place to be. For more information, visit Studio57records.com. That's www.studio57records.com, or call us at 586-420-3390. That's 586-420-3390, or log on to Studio57records.com. And just remember one thing, baby. You get what you want, cause we got what you need. Studio 57, serving streets of the D. Recording, mixing, mastering, or great beats. We do to keep you hot on the streets. You get what you want, cause we got what you need. Studio 57, serving streets of the D. Recording, mixing, mastering, or great beats. We do to keep you hot on the streets.
Party people, this is the original Doc Ice, and you are definitely listening to Studio 57 Radio. And if Studio 57 Radio isn't on, then your radio ain't really on. Check that.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
Yo, 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 yo. What up, yo? We are back for hour 2 of DSR2. We're talking a little bit of football, and more football. Well, we still got some NCAA action to talk about, a little bit here, a little bit there. We got a little bit NHL, a little bit there, a little bit here, a little NBA, a little bit there, a little bit of MLB. They said, screw you, steroid boys. Nobody's going into the Hall of Fame. Plenty of stuff to get into, and I might just spit all over my microphone one more time explaining the Lions scenario for all you local Kool-Aid drinking fools. So, without further ado, let's do that we do at DSR2. Here's hour 2. I am Scrappy, and here is your host, Johnny the Boots.
Hey, we're back here for the second hour of DSR2 on this glorious Wednesday here. A little chilly there. It's going to be, I think by the time we wrap up the show, it's going to be fucking cold. Bullshit on there. So we'll get into that. In case you missed it, we talked a lot about the NFL action going on there in the first hour. We kind of talked a lot of it about the AFC and the NFC championships, and basically really telling about the greatness that is one Tom Brady there. Again, 48% of the time he's going to a Super Bowl in his whole career. That's insane. So we get on there. We're going to get into, as Scrappy says, is breaking down the Lions' possibility of a trade there. We'll get into that. As well as we've got some NBA action going on, some NCAA action going on. University of Michigan has decided to shut things down for 2 weeks for the rising COVID cases throughout the campus with the new variant out of South Africa. So we'll get to that. Also, what's the ramifications on that? Because, they got a top 5 basketball team, a top 10 women's basketball team,
Right.
top 10 men's hockey team.
Top 10 in what, though? There's only 3 fucking teams that can play. You're not top 10 in anything anymore. I mean, what the fuck are we talking about here, man? Are we talking in circles again, Moose? Because I'm about to lose my motherfucking mind. We're talking in circles again, right? Because the chicken can't come before the motherfucking egg.
Well, we
got this goddamn shit in our fucking way, man. Until this COVID shit is figured out. You know why we have different variants of this fucking shit? It's because it's been a year of it just running motherfucking wild. Yeah. Okay? You know why we have so many different strains of the flu? Because we don't give a flying fuck about the flu. Nobody gets their shots. They're all a bunch of cootie-carrying dirty motherfuckers, and we all get sick every year. But it doesn't kill enough people for us to hit the radar to give a flying fuck. Right. So it's not that we can't cure the fucking flu. It's that we don't care. It's not that it doesn't affect us enough to care.
Well, yeah,
we don't give a shit.
Well, the same thing.
We have killed 427,000 people in this fucking country with this virus.
Yeah.
And still motherfuckers refuse to do what they need to do and follow protocol and wear a mask and do what they got to do. So don't give me this fucking shit. The reason why there's another variant is because it just runs wild and it can mutate. But if you do what you're supposed to do, it doesn't have the opportunity to do all that.
Right.
It only can do it because it's bouncing from host to host in different scenarios and in different climates all over the place. And now it can mutate and do that shit. If you mitigate the spread and you don't do the dumbass shit that we've been doing, then you don't have these fucking issues where you have all these multiple strains. I'm just glad that the vaccine has been proven to work against all these strains that they've had so far, because if not, we're in a world of motherfucking hurt.
Yes.
And so, forget sports and forget all that stuff, taking a couple of weeks off. Guys, what are you doing? Taking a couple of weeks off during the COVID thing and then going back at it is like, I don't know, shooting yourself in the dick and putting a Band-Aid on it and then going trying to get a prostitute. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
And having some blue and popping some blue chews.
I mean, come on, man.
Look, I get out. Oh my God, it hurts.
Yeah, it's squirting out everywhere. I'm just bleeding everywhere. The blood flow is insane. I'm gonna fall out. I'm already like this blue-gray color. What the fuck are we talking about?
Where's Michigan State has another guy that tested positive? I mean, they haven't played like the whole month of January, it seems like.
That's what I'm trying to say. people, we need to slow our fucking roll. Like, what part of this shit don't you understand? What this thing does? Oh, well, it's the same thing with we have a local sportscaster. His fucking take was that after all the shit that's been going on here, especially in Michigan, with the schools and the sports and the athletes, whether it be college, whatever, this motherfucker goes on some kind of Trumpian tirade about how they were ruining these kids' lives, and they need to get back to sports because the science shows that transmission, doesn't happen in contact sports. What? The fuck? And he did an hour on his show on that, and then that was the overriding theme for his entire program. Dude, shut the fuck up. If that's the mentality that we're taking with this, we will never, ever get back to normal. Hey, y'all, guess what? Summer's coming again. Another summer. Remember last summer when it was supposed to go away and we were all optimistic that we were going to be able to do something and we didn't. We couldn't do jack motherfucking shit. You want a repeat of that? You want 2 summers in a row? Because if we don't all get on the goddamn fucking same page here, you're gonna have another fucking summer of this shit.
Oh yeah,
another summer, a whole nother summer. You're looking at the end of this year before everybody. Dude, I don't give a fuck what y'all do. On the 11th, I'll be vaccinated. I'll have both my shots. I'll be good to go. Y'all, every one of y'all motherfuckers can kiss my ass. I don't give a fuck. I'm trying to tell you that we need to act a little bit more responsible for everybody else. Because once again, I don't give a fuck. I will be a superhero in the world of COVID. I will be anti-COVID man.
Yeah, we're going to take Scrappy's blood here, and I'm auctioning it off for vials.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I am the anti-COVID man. I will wear a cape, and I will fly to South Beach, and I will go to the nightclub, and I will do body shots of whoever I want.
That's right.
I mean, it'll be my girl, but whatever. And it won't matter because I'll have the shot. So, like, y'all can get on the parade or not. But, I mean, we all need to get on the same page at very minimum until this shot gets rolled out. Just wear your motherfucking mask. Stop doing these stupid these stupid fucking... Dude, stop. Stop putting kids on campus. Stop with the college sports. The NBA is reconsidering their whole no bubble situation because they know they can't maintain this.
No.
Baseball, if they think they're going to do what they did last year, this year, they are fucking sadly mistaken.
Well, we learned about even in the NHL. I mean, the Wings played Dallas last night. Wings played their 7th game, and that was Dallas's 3rd.
Bam. So, and you know what? The hockey season is going to be an unmitigated disaster too, because you got 2 parts of the world, and it's a dumpster fire. So let's just be real about all this stuff. Let's stop. Let's pump the brakes. Let's not bastardize everything. Fight about it. Get nowhere when all that time and energy could be used towards fixing the problem, where we could possibly be getting back to normal. Maybe there would be a March Madness this year, on time, on point, had we done what we were supposed to do from the get-go. But it's not going to happen now.
No.
And so this is all part of it. This is all proof positive of what we've been saying since that motherfucking Wednesday when everything got shut the fuck down and we were here live.
Yep, in March.
Yep. We've been talking. None of this has been a surprise to this fucking show.
No.
You're
preaching to the choir on this one.
Dude, so to me, whatever. Dude, whatever podcast you listen to, whatever talking heads on your fucking radio or your cable or your TV or whatever the fuck, wherever you get your shit. No. None of this should be happening. None of it.
You'll get a kick out of this one. Of course, it's not COVID, but
good, because I'm done. That circle is driving me nuts.
Meltdown under. If this is from the mothership, Todd Archer says Dallas should at least call the Lions and ask about Matt Stafford.
What does Dallas have to offer, though? Well, Dallas should do a lot of fucking shit.
First of all, talent-wise, I don't want anybody on Dallas. I want CeeDee Lamb.
I don't want any player on any team. I want draft picks.
I want
a first round. Yeah, I want a first rounder.
I want a first and a second, and you can throw in CeeDee Lamb.
But what the fuck? What first round are you getting from Dallas?
They got the 9th pick.
Oh, do they got 9? No, they don't. Denver's got 9.
They're like up there too. Dallas is not that far off. So hold on here. Let's see.
But I thought I don't think they have their picks, right?
No, Dallas has their picks.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know what they have to offer, but I don't want any players. It's draft capital or nothing. It's number one plus. It's a 1+. You know, so whoever can give me the best 1+. So and I, you know, but I'm not going to send him to like Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing that. But
no,
anybody that can give me a 1+ pretty much is where I'm going. The best 1+ I can get. And that second, it could be a second or third rounder. It could be a second rounder next year, maybe, if it's or whatever.
Yeah, Cowboys have the 10th pick overall.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'll take 10.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll take top 10 pick, but I want a first round. I want a plus, because I don't think the difference. If I'm not, so it depends on what they package up with that, right? So like if San Francisco says I'll give you 12, and they say, well, I'll give you 10. Well, the 10 is better than 12. Well, not necessarily going to draft me anything better, so maybe I will take 10. But if 12 is going to throw in a second rounder and a third rounder next year,
or a third rounder this year and a second next year, then
right,
I'm taking 12.
Then I'm going to take 12 and take that draft capital. So it just depends on the package. I don't feel that. First off, I don't feel that Dallas has got a package that we would want to deal with per se, and I don't think that Jerry Jones has stepped off of Dak yet.
No.
I really don't. I think they'll franchise him and try to make it work, and that's after with the injury, which is just whatever. He can do whatever he wants. He's Jerry Jones, a crazy old football guy, but I don't see them like necessarily looking so. To me, it's really, there's only 3 teams that are really viable, and San Francisco I think is the best fit. We talked about it last week. My first instinct just off Jump Street was, and that was before he asked to be traded. We put this out there before.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, shit, if you can get Indy's 21 and a +1, then I'd take it. I'd just be happy with the first round pick at this point. And
another team we forgot about, Washington.
Yeah,
because they need a quarterback.
Sure. I don't know what they have draft capital wise. I mean, that's the only question.
I think their pick is below Indy's on there.
You know what I mean? So I think they're going to be picking
not below. I mean, again, but
they're going to be
like
picking 24 or something.
They're
20.
They're like 18 or something.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Like that,
Okay.
Whereas Indy was 21, I think they're like 18 or 19
Oh,
on
okay.
there. With that, but yeah, I mean, so I says this again. We say, we've said this. We're talking about this. It's Indy, it's Denver, it's Washington, and it's
San Francisco. Yeah, I think I just, when I look at all of it, I think
the best one really looks to be is Frisco at 12. We can get to 12, and then it's bonus on there. Indy, if they're going to come up on it, it's going to have to be multiple picks on there.
Sure, but I'll take 3 picks from Indy. If I get 21, and then if I get your first and your second rounder and the second rounder next year or something,
then
I'm giddy about that.
Right.
Because I can, if I really want to move up in the draft, I could package things up now.
But they
and I
have
could move up.
so lack of talent. I would just basically say is stick at 7. And just go from there. If Fields falls to you, you go for Fields on here.
Well, I want to. I'll move back if I have to.
Yeah, I would take again under with it on there. I think Fields, if he's healthy with it, I think it'd be pretty decent on there. But if you can trade back and do better on it, but yeah, like Jackson, trade up and get You're not getting Jacksonville's pick. Urban Meyer is not giving up the first pick overall because they've got multiple picks already.
Right.
They got the Rams pick first rounder this year, and they got their pick on that.
Yeah, you're not. If you're coming into the league in his situation, you're not putting your career on an old, a player that's past his prime. When you have the consensus number one franchise quarterback right in front of you to draft, it doesn't make sense. Because then you're gonna pay a guy when you could have once again we talk about those rookie contracts, and you want that situation that bad, so you just don't do it. You just don't go the other way. So yeah, there's a few suitors. You basically have to be a functional quarterback away from winning the championship to pull the trigger, and there's only a few teams that hit that bill. And to me, there's only two teams that really fit that bill. The other two teams, I guess you can make an argument for Washington because they made the playoffs already. But no, I really think that Indy's a really good team. You put him in there, they're instantly a top playoff team. And I think the same thing with San Francisco. So to me, those would be the ones that be more apt to give you more.
Right.
So
because they can win now.
Yep. So,
Indy is definitely a win now scenario, and I think that would be the best move for them.
So we'll see. But I mean, we're gonna and I love Canada Mike. He cracked me up. He says he's like, you guys can be disappointed in your Lions, but think of me. I'm a CFL fan. Yes, I get it. But like this is what we're talking. This is what we deal with the Lions. Is you understand the definition of insanity, right? Yeah. It is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. And that's what we deal with here in Detroit with the Lions. It's the same thing over and over and over again, and you're expecting a different result. I do not have any faith, none, zero, zilch, not a lick. They've proven nothing to me that they can make the right decisions when it comes to any player, personnel, whatever scenario. They don't. It reeks of the same old Lions bullshit. And so that's what it is, man, to me. And I just, they can make these moves and they can do all this stuff, but don't act like they're doing this. Stafford says, I want out.
They got lucky.
And so he wants it to go, and he wants to get out of there, and it's not their idea. So to me, this is the same old Lions. The only difference is it took third time's a charm, I guess. Barry said he wanted to get traded, they wouldn't. He retired. Calvin said they want to get traded, they wouldn't. He retired. So this time, instead of him retiring, they just said, okay, finally, we'll fucking trade you. So to me, that's not genius. They're not making the right decisions because they're making good decisions. They just, once again, they just kind of fall into dumb shit. Matthew Stafford made this decision, not the Lions. And Matthew Stafford is going to force the trade, and Matthew Stafford's going to be the reason why we get a new quarterback, not the new regime. It's just that fucking clear. I don't know how any clearer it can be. And in the fact that you believe that that anybody, I should not say you, Moose, but that anybody out there believes that this all of a sudden that this, 100-year-old fucking woman that doesn't know shit about football, that had the same guy in her ear that everybody's ever had throughout the history of the ownership of this goddamn motherfucking team, you think all of a sudden that shit is gonna fucking change because the quarterback said, let me go. Dude, you guys are crazy. It makes no sense. Ownership is so out of touch, so tone deaf, and so incompetent that it doesn't matter. When they finally do bring in the right people, they have them at the wrong fucking positions. It doesn't make any fucking sense. This is what they do. That all of this, everything that they've done, that all these Kool-Aid drinking ass motherfuckers here locally are on, and I'm talking about, and I ain't even talking about the fans, I ain't even talking about my friends, I ain't even talking about the idiots that call into the radio station, I'm talking about the jackasses on the radio. everybody, the whole effing town is drinking the fucking Kool-Aid. And they've done absolutely nothing but what they always do. Until they do something different, what in the fuck are we doing? Dude, how about you do me a favor? Follow that motherfucker off the cliff. All you just run off the cliff, you lemming-ass motherfuckers. Follow each other off the cliff, and then as you're falling to your death, look at each other and go, where the fuck are we running to?
Yeah. Well,
Because that's what this is to me. I'm running off a cliff if I think that this is anything different than what it has been the entire time that this family has owned this motherfucking team. And that's not a hot take, and it's not a cold take. It's the fucking truth.
Right. I'm just going to be a wait and see. Prove to me otherwise. I'm with you on that.
Sure. I mean, you can wait to see, and people have died literally of
I'm
old
not-
age,
I'm
waiting
not-
and seeing.
I'm not waiting and hoping. I've already moved on. But if they surprise me, we'll go from there on it. But again, and as we said, they got lucky because the quarterback said, "I've had enough. I'm not going through this again. Just trade my ass." Now again, you got the gift. Now, what can you do with it? That's all I'm saying is prove to me otherwise. Get rid of them, get some draft capital, draft the proper guys, and then hopefully in 3 years they do well. Then I'll say, okay, you did well. All right, maybe I'm believing you, but I'm not believing them until I see something on. I'm very agnostic on it. Prove to me otherwise on it with it.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, I think it needs to be that way anyway.
But here it is, they're drinking the Kool-Aid because they all believe it. Dude, I'm not believing it till you prove to me otherwise.
Yeah, I don't understand what evidence you have that anything's any different than it's ever been. Like I said, none of this smells like, with the exception of okay, this time we'll trade you. What is any different than any other fucking time they've had to fucking rebuild? They do it every fucking 6 years.
Yeah, it sure seems like it. I would say he's
at least 6 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
Every 4 years it seems like kind of with it. The last time on there is just unfortunately Caldwell wasn't quite a total rebuild because they were on that cusp and then they brought in the wrong guys.
It's just
and it turned an unmitigated disaster.
Right.
Again.
Exactly.
Again. And again.
They just did what they do.
So we got that. But we'll see it's all on there with the guy on there with everything and with it on. And again, we'll see what Pittsburgh's going to do with Big Ben. Are they going to continue on with him? Because
he's playing one more year.
And that's it.
I don't think he's ready to retire.
No.
And they can't, financially, they can't do shit. So he's coming back for another year. Now, I do believe that they'll run with somebody in-house if they had to. They just bring the next man up. That's kind of how they are at quarterback sometimes.
They got lucky with Big Ben because
yeah.
on there because that was the 1 year where they were on there, and it was a great class of quarterback.
Yeah, there was a bunch of them.
Big Ben was basically taken on there. You'll see what he did with it. But too is they went through a long period. Wow, again, even their worst periods on there were, especially under the Jaw. I mean. Their worst here was like a 7 and a 9 there, and they got lucky with Big. He got lucky in getting Big Ben at the right point, and then Tomlin never had to worry about it because he always had Big Ben there. So we'll see what happens there.
Right.
Mason Rudolph is not the answer there too.
No, it won't be Mason Rudolph. It'll be somebody else. Yeah.
They need to draft a quarterback in the worst way, and then again they just can't move up and grab one because I think I don't think anybody's going to fall to them where they can pick up somebody decent. I really don't. I mean, to me, Mac Jones maybe.
To me, the way they evaluate and the way they do stuff, it's just different. So they're gonna they're gonna do it a little bit.
They need to shore up
different.
the line, and they need to get back to that running game because they've got the receivers.
Oh,
they've got a great defense.
For sure.
They just can't run the ball now.
Right, and I think part of that is because they don't trying to get a scheme with a couple of guys running the ball has been an issue for them, and you don't have a Travis Henry type workhorse scenario. So,
I mean Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Derrick Henry. Sorry. So yeah, I don't see.
Their best scenario is to draft an offensive lineman
Right.
and then go after and sign Aaron Jones. Because Green Bay's
Sure.
not going to re-sign him.
Sure.
Green Bay doesn't re-sign free agents.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
cheap.
Yep.
As an organization. They draft really well,
Right.
but moment on there. Dude, why do you think they took A.J. Dillon in the second round?
Yep.
Because they weren't going to re-sign Aaron Jones. You get Aaron Jones in.
Oh,
and you short
Joel
that offensive
Embiid
line.
down on his back. Oh. Uh-oh. We're watching the L.A. Philly game. Philly up by 5. Joel Embiid goes up for the rebound, comes down hard on his back and hip. And he is still on the ground rolling around like, like someone blew in his ear and he was a soccer player. And he got shot out of a cannon. Oh, man. You don't ever want to see those shots where they're holding their back like that. So he went up for the dunk. He got pushed.
Ooh,
Oh.
right on his tailbone.
He landed right on that tailbone. Yeah, he got pushed by 2 Lakers, LeBron and whoever that other dude is. Oh, it was LeBron that pushed his chest and got his feet out from underneath him.
Is that Gasol, number 14?
It might be. Davis? No, that's 3. Sorry. Yeah, that was brutal. He just put 2 hands right in his chest and pushed him while he was in the air. That's pretty brutal. Did they not call that? I mean, does he get to shoot free throws?
I don't know if they called the foul.
They fucking should have. You can't go up and dunk and then get both your fucking Look at how does he just pushed him down.
Yeah.
He put his hands on his chest and pushed him to the ground when he was in the air. How's that not a foul? I mean, it must be a timeout or something so he can get his shit together. I mean, it was fast, but you don't just run up and push somebody on their chest and knock them on their fucking back like that.
Well, come on. How do you make a foul?
I didn't do nothing. That's bullshit. You're just picking on me. Fucking LeBron. I mean, he's a great fucking athlete, but
He's a whining
he's
bitch.
a fucking bitch, man. And now look at him talking to the refs. Like, you don't have... Dude, you've got no excuse for what you did, dude. Watch the video. You pushed him on his chest and stomach with your 2 hands. You put with your elbows to your chest and went out like this. His legs came out. He hit the fucking ground.
So is it technical? Because it looks
Yeah.
flagrant.
Yeah, they're calling it flagrant. That's
That's
because
what-
it was.
Oh, yeah, it was. We saw it.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't understand. Yeah, they call it. They're going to get the ball back, too. And then if he gets another one of those, he's bye-bye. Right?
Yeah. 2 flagrants. He's gone for the game.
Yeah. Well, you lost your composure, homeboy. I don't know what to tell you. Now Gasol's talking shit?
No, he's just like, all right.
I don't know.
Wasn't me. It was him.
So so that's what it was. It was 2 free throws in the ball, but they missed their attempt after. And now LeBron's gonna do what he does. That's a nice dish. And AD,
Uh-oh.
his
Oh,
shoe
it's
was
a
coming
shoe.
off. Yeah.
I saw him kind of.
So
All right.
anyway, so that what are we on the? That's only the 3rd, ain't it? I think it's only the 3rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 left to go in the 3rd. Anyway, a little drama there. Toronto Argonauts signed Martavius Bryant, so that's what we're resorting to. And, well, yeah, well, once
He's
again,
a Toronto fan of the CFL?
yes.
I figured you'd be a Hamilton baby
Yeah.
fan there, Tiger Cats.
All right, there you go. I don't know. It's
You could say
CFL
in
is
the old days
so
of the
horrible.
Rough Riders, which team? Because you
Yeah.
got 2 of them.
All right.
With that funky.
Ooh, they're returning him. Embiid with an elbow to AD's face. Ooh. He was trying to make a move to the basket, but he was all out of control. Watch this. Bink. right
with his-
there. He got his nose and mouth. Yeah, it didn't look as bad from the one side, but right there you can see it. Ugh. He didn't fake it. It was definitely an elbow, but it wasn't the point of the elbow. So stop being a bitch.
Good news is our Pistons are losing by 15.
No, they need to lose by 50 every game so they can get 182,000.
They had a good
balls.
game the other
They did. They did. Who'd they beat?
Philly.
They beat Philly. Yeah, no Embiid, but they beat Philly. You are correct. Yeah. They're still kind of fun to watch. They're not too bad. Fuck the Tiger Cats, he says, by the way. But
Come on, how about the Montreal Alouettes, baby?
Alouette. Oh no.
My favorite's the Calgary Stampede.
Dude, we watch. Yeah, Canada, Mike, you got nothing on us. We watched XFL. Okay, we're degenerate football fans. So.
XFL.
XFL.
I watched Arena League football.
Yeah, I watched
baby.
I went to Arena League games.
Because we were the dominant team, baby,
Yeah.
in the late 90s, the Detroit Drive.
Yeah. The Arena League.
The Arena League, USFL.
Yep.
The World Football, the WFL,
Yeah.
the Detroit Stags,
Yeah.
the Michigan Stags.
All of them. All of them. All
But somebody's
of
posting
them.
up on there about USFL. I'm like, that was our damn championship team, baby.
You're right. Oh, jeez.
3 short, glorious years.
Oh.
And the last year was basically the Michigan Panthers, aka Oakland Invader combo team, because of the team. The league was folding because of a certain individual there that shall remain nameless.
Oh, yes. You don't want to get people charged up.
So yeah, I mean, at least they're interesting on there. I think Rose is playing decent enough where hopefully he'll get. They can get something out of him for trade wise on there, because yeah, we're not going to get anything from Blake Griffin.
No, you're not gonna. He can't. I don't even
We
think you
can't-
can move him.
No, because he's
No one wants any part of that.
no.
So, yeah, that's a done deal. So then they turned around and called that one flagrant too.
Is that a makeup one?
I guess. Why would they call that flagrant? He was going to the basket and he caught the guy with his arm and elbow, and they called it a flagrant. And he got 2 free throws in the ball back. And then whatever the fuck kind of shot that was. Dude, you're not LeBron. They're not giving you that. What, traveling or something? Jesus. Now all of a sudden it's turned into some ugly ass basketball. But the Lakers are crawling back in. They're only down by 2. On a little run there. But yeah, it looks like a 7-0 run that they went on. Something like that. Anyway. NBA's considering, as we're kind of watching these games here, NBA's considering potentially
Going back to the bubble.
going back to a bubble situation. I heard. I don't know how viable that is, but you definitely might want to think about that come playoff time if they want to hold any kind of integrity to this game, because they're just having a handful of issues. Also, they've backed off on that whole stance of, we're not going to try to cut the line to get vaccinated. And I don't think that they're necessarily going to cut the line to vaccinate now, but that they're willing to help promote the vaccine, and take the shots and be part of the movement when you get to that point in the distribution. If people are not, which I think it's cool, but I mean, gosh, if you are okay. If you are anybody that even believes that this thing is potentially whatever, then you need to get the shot. If you don't want to wear masks and you want to get things back to normal, you need to get the shot. So if you don't fall under those two things, then I don't know what you fall under, really, because I think most people fall under either this is real and we need to make it go away, or it's bullshit and I just want to get this fucking mask off. But the only way we'll do that is to get this vaccine rolling through. Then I think we just need to worry about that. And so, if they want to promote and the vaccine and all that stuff, fine. But I think the biggest thing that they've been able to do, and the best thing, is just providing a place for mass vaccinations. So that's what you're going to start seeing with the league, and probably with NFL teams and other sports teams, just these arenas being opened up for mass vaccinations once they can get this shit figured out. Once the government can get this mess straightened out and get these things rolling. And that's ultimately what's going to be the cure here, guys. We are going to have this show every fucking week, and every fucking week we're going to be going on about COVID and missing games and doing whatever. And we're getting closer and closer and closer to March Madness and all these great sporting events that people want to see. And the shit is just getting more out of control at all, it feels like. So, I don't know. I think there's going to be some changes. I think the NBA is going to go into a bubble. I think the NHL is going to have to figure out a bubble, and I think the MLB might have to figure out a way to do. I mean, they may do their semi-bubble again and hope that the vaccines roll out fast enough that it doesn't become too much of an issue for them, because they're not going to play their important games until October, November. Right. So they're hoping by then there's they should have some vaccination rollout and some kind of significant. We should have shots in arms in a significant way, I would think, by that point. But who knows? And if you're just betting on that, that seems pretty crazy. But I think you're going to see quite a few changes with that. I just don't know.
Yeah, you look at
what they're going to be.
What
exactly.
Hockey is. I mean, like you're hearing just in the Central, Dallas has only played 7 games. I mean, 3 games, whereas the Wings have played 7. Florida's only played 3. Carolina's only played 3. Tampa's only played 4.
Well, and hockey's a mess too because it's a point system, right?
Right.
So, are they going to change that and go by win percentage? I mean, how do you equate that and like make it work? I just think it's crazy. So those are going to be the conundrums that they're going to have to deal with. If you can't get everybody playing the same amount of games, then you don't have an accurate, playoff scenario.
And we're in like the Central Division, which is they got on there because we're only playing teams in the Central, is basically the worst one on there because you got Carolina, Tampa, and Dallas all basically missing already half their game so far.
Right.
Washington got popped for 4 guys that basically broke protocol. And here's the kicker too: the protocol is the 4 Russian players on there. They were playing cards in one of the rooms.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they went to a casino,
right,
brought the dinner. They were just like hanging out in the hotel room together because there was 4 of them got down there, and they're just like.
I get that a lot of these protocols are like stupid and arbitrary, they feel like, but it's just like anything else, man. If all you got to do is a couple of little things that are kind of an inconvenience for a time being to get back to what was normal, why can't we just all do that? Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter. I don't care where, if it's these athletes or what. You can opt out. All these cats can opt out. They don't have to play. I mean, they're not going to, you've got the free will to move off them contracts and opt out and do all this other stuff. I don't know. I just don't get it. And so I get that these guys want to play and all that, so I understand why we're seeing the professional level. But, these guys need to set the standard, and then, college and all that stuff needs to just wait. You're not ruining anybody's life because they missed a season of a sport. It's just not. It's already been proven, even if for the athletes that go pro, I mean, if you miss a year, it doesn't really affect your stock negatively. It just doesn't, especially when you're talking about the COVID season or the COVID scenario. So So yeah, I don't know how the NHL is gonna fix that fucking mess. God, that's gonna be a goddamn. It's gonna be a goddamn dumpster. I don't know how you fix that mess. If you have a game spread of, 3 or 4 games and the point spread's 2, how the fuck are you gonna do that?
Right.
Between teams in a division where you're gonna be in the playoffs or not, or have a home game or not, or whatever the case may be. I don't know.
So we'll get into that. Rick Pitino is actually recovering from his bout with COVID.
Oh,
The one guy that said, "Hey, let's wait till May."
right. He gets
You
it.
know he's a scumbag and everything with it. It's like he probably had the smartest damn take on everything.
Yeah.
Mike Krzyzewski's kind of hadn't apologized to. He got prickly and condescending to a student reporter because they're not having a great year. So.
Oh yeah, God, I heard that.
He
That-
can be a bit prickly.
It's
and
like,
sanctimonious.
dude, why-
Sanctimonious and all that.
Yeah, why you
bullshit.
got to be? It wasn't even like a hard question or anything. He was just,
No.
it was pretty simple, pretty benign, and you obviously know
'Cause
he's
they're
a
having
kid,
bad season, and
right?
that's
It's
what
like,
it is.
dude, fuck out of here.
He's always
Grow up. And you're talking to that kid, talking down to that kid when you're acting that way. Come on, man. I never understood that. You know he's an intern, a college kid, trying to learn, and you're a fucking douche about it. I don't know. I didn't like it. I thought it was low class, lowbrow shit.
Yep.
So baseball said, "Fuck you guys. If you're steroids or you're a dickhead, you're not getting in this year.
Nope.
Nobody's getting in this year. No one gets in on the Rona year. So that'll be a weird in the record books kind of thing for the Hall of Fame. No visits to Cooperstown on the Rona year with all this. Dude, it's going to be an interesting point in time in history when we look back at it. But I think it's probably the right call, Moose.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's not like there's no precedent here. It's not like they've never not had a. And I'm going to tell you why I think this is the right move. It's not just about. Okay, so Bob Costas floated out all these different theories of why they might have done what they did. Whether it be like a semi-protest for the steroid guys to not get in until their last potential opportunity, or if just all kinds of different things that they did. I think what it boils down to is, so let's say they do let the 3 obvious guys in, right? Clemens, Bonds, and Schilling. Let's just say they let those guys in. Who the fuck they let in next year?
Next year, we'll see.
Well, this is what happens. And then the year after that.
Well, again,
You start running out of motherfuckers to put in. It starts getting to, like, slim pickings. Like, just from a name recognition standpoint.
Well, we know one guy won't get in next year, and he's first time eligible, and that's A-Rod.
Right.
It's on that.
So you don't have a whole lot, I think, out there.
Schilling basically definitely won't be on
Right.
Big Poppy is the first time ballot.
Sure.
On it. He may get in, but then too is that he was on that report there in 2003, but he's never tested positive.
So
Other than that.
it's just one of those things where I just feel like you don't have a lot of name notoriety kind of players in the recent future here. So yeah, fuck it. It's a COVID year. It's all fucked up. Don't put anybody in. Shift everything around, and then hopefully we can kind of spread out this stuff, and then we can get some. I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know where they're gonna come up with, because they're gonna ultimately run out of people to fucking put in.
Baseball's always got this.
They're just a mess.
They've always had this bugaboo about being sanctimonious and all that. I mean, come
Right.
on. Really, freaking Hank Aaron was a unanimous choice. How the fuck can you not make that? Because, well, Babe Ruth wasn't. Well, you know what? Get off your fucking soapbox. I mean, seriously.
All right.
But again, for baseball, for integrity, dude, as we said for years, they have no integrity.
Yeah, no, they don't. That sport has zero. That's
Big
crazy.
Poppy's on there next year. A-Rod.
Yeah, I think. So yeah, so you got a couple names there, and then the following year, you know what I'm saying, and then the year after that, you just don't have these big name guys out there that are putting up these numbers, that are doing this stuff. Then I think you start getting into lower tier guys and that are, just
because the Bat-Wise is on there.
So I think it's a good call because you can stretch that out a little bit and just get them in later if you decide to do that. But I think if you continue to go at this rate, you're just going to run out of cats to put in there.
Right.
So from that standpoint, I think this is a good choice too. So
I think this was year of the ones that didn't get in. There probably are guys that'll probably get in next year. Scott Rowland might get in, if not next year. The
dude from Stone Temple Pilots.
No, not Scott Wiley. He's
dead.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Todd Helton, couple years on there, he'll get in there. But again, he's never been linked to any steroids. That problem is a lot of his numbers came in playing in Colorado. I mean, with the higher elevation. Omar Vizcael might get in. Billy Wagner, Sheffield. I just don't see the numbers on there. Same thing with Andrew Jones is a great player and everything, but I don't see the longevity on that. Why he's on there, getting in. And Man Ram ain't gonna get him. Manny Ramirez is not gonna get it because the dude tested positive not once, but like 3 freaking times.
Yeah, right.
On there.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know.
But I would say is Helton and Rowland probably would be your best chances, and I bet you Big Poppy gets in first ballot because, dude, for clutch point of view,
sure,
dude was total clutch.
Yeah, I agree. And once again, it's one of those things where
how you not? It's Big Poppy.
Yeah.
The dude got freaking knifed down there because it was a screw up.
Yes.
And on it, he got there, but. So we'll see on it. I mean, you're going to see players on there get in, and we'll see. But Cat's getting in there for hitting wise. Obviously, we'll see. Pujols will be a first ballot Hall of Famer, no problem when he retires.
Right. Oh yeah. But I just think you have this little gap.
But you have this huge gap wise.
And so I think that when you hold these guys out and you just say, you know what, we're not doing anything this year, on a COVID year I think that's just good timing. I think you just take advantage of it and you utilize that to kind of stretch out, and hopefully
especially with
the gap doesn't look so
Barry
obvious.
Bonds and Clemens, they were Hall of Famers before they started juicing, but they're freaking arrogant.
Dude,
and their ego.
do you know when they were juicing? Do you know the day they popped one in their vein? You don't. Because a motherfucker could juice for 2 years before he puts up effects like that. So don't give me that fucking shit. You don't know when that motherfucker was juiced. Shut the fuck up with that nonsense. Motherfucker, you didn't put the needle in his fucking ass. You don't fucking know. That is the dumbest shit I've ever fucking heard. Oh, he was a Hall of Famer before he started. What, because you were fucking there?
Yeah, I was.
Because you were fucking there. You were putting a fucking needle in his fucking ass? Get the fuck out of here.
When he had balls in his head.
And how the fuck do you know that he wasn't fucking taking like anabolic in a fucking pill form? These guys were fucking taking fucking shit out of a candy. Get the fuck out of here. He's a Hall of Famer before he did there, right? Fuck you. You don't know when the fuck he took that shit. Fuck out of here. Nonsense. Get me all fired up at the end of the show. What the fuck? I just always thought that was the most asinine fucking take. It just doesn't make sense to me. You don't know when this motherfucker took that shit. He could have been taking that shit for years.
Well, when his head got big.
Well, yeah, right. But your cranium doesn't grow overnight, motherfucker. You don't just wake up. This isn't like a Wii character where you just wake up and your head's a balloon.
Well, yeah, it is. I saw The Simpsons with the gigantism.
He just stuck his thumb in his mouth and blew his head up. Fuck out of here.
Ken Griffey Jr. gigantism when he's sick.
He had to take. He did it. It took him years to grow that fucking cranium. Years of fucking juicing to grow that head.
And then get shrunk down again.
No, that's the other head. Your balls shrink and your head grows.
Well, yeah, but now he's no longer doing the HGH, and his head got back to like somewhat normal size.
So I could tell when you stop taking the shit because you dwindle away quick. But you know, it takes a minute to build that up. Same thing with your giant fucking cranium. It takes a minute to grow that son of a bitch. So if you're going by you can go back 5 years if you're talking about his giant cranium. Go back 5 years. That's when he started.
I'm gonna say is when he was with Frisco, but when he was with Pittsburgh and that, so that was more than.
But he
5
wasn't
years
a
ago.
fucking. He wasn't a first ballot Hall of Famer then. He might have been on the path, but he wasn't then.
He was on the path.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, he already won two MVPs with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, maybe.
No.
And we don't know that he wasn't juicing then. Like I said, I'm telling you, it takes time to get there.
He never did test positive, so yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, if that's the standard you want to hold to, I mean, that's cool. I mean, you know, sure. I never got caught. Doesn't mean I wasn't banging bitches when I wasn't supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know.
His own boy who was basically facing the fence said, no, you didn't do anything. I'm not saying a damn word.
That's good.
And he got out still. They still couldn't convict him.
Well, yeah. I mean, snitches get stitches, motherfucker. The fuck you from? I'm from Detroit. Snitches get stitches. Even if you didn't snitch, I just think you did.
Stitch.
Yeah, you're getting sewed up, motherfucker. Shit. Fuck out of here with that nonsense. Know what I'm doing,
now they got to come into a
steroids.
decision. Are they even going to have an Olympics this year, too? But that's coming down the pipeline.
What decision is there to make, motherfucker? Dude, it's not one country that's got to get their shit together. It's fucking all of them. Get the fuck out of here. We can't get Florida and fucking Ohio on the same page. You want to get fucking Brazil, Japan, fucking get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen on that.
Shut the.
Even if you play in empty
Oh,
stadiums, even if you play in empty stadiums, that's you know how many athletes are still talking.
Get the dude, international travel, motherfucker.
No, well, yeah, international. We're just talking about the athletes themselves. You know how many athletes themselves would participate? So you know it's not going to happen. 15,000 athletes coming into Japan.
That's what I'm saying.
There's no way.
You can't. The international travel is not possible.
So even if Japan pulls out, guess who volunteers said we'll host them? Guess.
I don't know. China?
No.
No.
It's in the U.S.
Florida?
Yep.
Fucking idiots. Fucking idiots. They won't host shit. They won't host shit. They won't host shit. You know why they won't host shit? There's an international fucking travel ban in this country, you fuck stick. They won't host shit. You won't host nothing. You are part of the government and you don't even know what the fuck is going on in your own house. You dumb fuck. You can't. There's no international travel, you dummy. God damn. It's not going to get lifted anytime soon. Nope. Fuck out of here, man.
They're going to have it all on Fight Island in Dubai.
Dude, you know they're ramping up that shit, so no, they're not. Guess what? Guess who's not doing Fight Island pretty fucking soon?
UFC?
Yeah, let's get real with that shit. You know what? They can do Fight Island if they want, if they're all from there.
Yeah, because they're getting tired of that too. Right.
It's not happening. Dude, the relations aren't good. There's a lot of shit going on, and they're not going to be able to stay there. Just telling you. There's a lot of shit going on. I mean, that's politics. That ain't sports. That's just bleeding into sports. But nah.
Hate to see it into also because we're back into the COVID thing on there is also passing of NBA at TV and NBA.com reporter Sekou Smith passed away yesterday.
Dude, great guy.
Due to COVID of age. Local guy here from Grand Rapids area. Again,
great guy.
Nobody but nobody had a bad word to say about
Nope.
him. Everybody had nothing
Nope.
but praise to say about him.
It's like
So don't give me this shit.
It's like
oh,
Miss
just
Jenkins. Don't you say nothing bad about Miss Jenkins.
Yep.
That-
So don't
that's-
say about
yeah.
it's just the flu. No, it's not.
It's not. And no, he was a great guy in the sports media. Super cool, very gracious, and a very humble guy. Very gracious with his time. And there isn't nobody could say anything bad about him if they wanted. If they did, they're a scumbag. He's kind of like one of those guys. It's almost like Stuart Scott.
Yes.
Where it's just you just can't say nothing bad about the guy, and anybody that did is a liar. So it's just that simple. So next week, guys, we're going to get after it hot and heavy. It's going to be the Super Bowl extravaganza.
Yes, I will be putting up prop bets, so we're going to go
Yes.
on prop bets and all the craziness on there.
Dude, we
we wouldn't talk about commercials, but nobody's advertising.
Yes, we usually get into commercial stuff. We usually get it. So we will. It'll just be a different talk, a little bit different conversation. We get into the prop bets. We get into the game itself. We get into all the crazy side stuff. We just really just rip it apart, have fun with it, and kind of goof around. And it'll be like, 90% Super Bowl, 99% Super Bowl, unless something comes into the mix that we can't pass up conversation-wise over the next week. But the Super Bowl extravaganza, man, some of those prop bets crack me the fuck up.
Yes.
It's hard to find a good one the last couple of years, though, I feel like. So I'm hoping we...
Oh, we've got breaking news. The Texans are hiring assistant David Culley to be the team's next head coach.
Whatever.
Talk about dumpster fire.
Oh, my God. They're going to deal it. Just come on in here and let this pastor guy fuck this place up some more.
Yeah.
And this guy's just
Let's get a young guy in there. No,
Let's get a
David
guy that
Culley,
can stand a
age
chance.
65. He was 3 seasons with Baltimore, and he was their passing game coordinator.
So, well, maybe we'll talk about that dumpster fire next week.
Jesus.
Love you guys. Be good to each other.
Peace out.
Peace.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.